The fish on your plate could be the reason you're feeling weaker. Picture this. You're sitting by the window, enjoying a peaceful dinner. A piece of grilled fish, steamed vegetables, maybe a quiet smile of satisfaction. You've done everything right. It feels like a healthy meal. But what if I told you that very fish might be silently damaging your heart, your memory, or your bones? Not all fish are created equal, and for those over 60, some can do more harm than good. At Elderly Wisdom Secrets, we believe food should be your medicine, not your risk. And today, we're revealing 5 types of fish older adults should avoid immediately. These are fish high in mercury, inflammation-causing fats, or toxins that build up in aging bodies. And, sadly, some are the most commonly eaten types in America. Fish number 3, it's in millions of homes, and most people think it's healthy. If you care about your longevity, your brain, and your next decades, stay with us, because this video might change how you see your dinner forever. Fish number 1, king mackerel, the royal fish that may be poisoning your brain. You grilled it to perfection. Golden edges, seasoned just right, served with steamed vegetables and lemon on the side. It looks healthy. It feels healthy. But here's the hidden danger. This royal fish may be poisoning you from the inside out. King mackerel. Its name sounds strong, powerful, like something that belongs on the plate of someone who takes health seriously. But beneath that name hides one of the highest mercury concentrations of any fish you can eat in the US. And here's the catch. Mercury doesn't just go away. It builds up, slowly, silently, especially in aging bodies that can't flush it out like they used to. Mercury attacks the nervous system. It blurs your memory, clouds your thoughts, steals your energy, and, worst of all, it often masquerades as aging. You forget names. You feel off balance. You wake up tired no matter how long you sleep. You think it's just getting older, but it might be something you're eating. Let's talk about Mr. Allen, 68, from coastal Florida, a retired firefighter. Every Friday he grilled king mackerel, thought he was doing everything right. But then came the tremors, the brain fog. His doctor ran a heavy metals test. The results? Alarmingly high mercury levels. He cut the fish, switched to wild salmon. Within weeks, his clarity started to return. What should you do? Avoid large predatory fish like king mackerel. They live long, eat other fish, and accumulate toxins like mercury. Choose safer, smarter options. Wild salmon, sardines, trout, all rich in omega-3s and much lower in mercury, because not every fish is your friend. And when it comes to your brain and heart, one wrong bite can cost you more than just a meal. Fish number 2, farmed tilapia, the silent inflammation trigger hiding in your dinner. You cooked it with care, light seasoning, steamed broccoli on the side, no frying, no butter. It felt like the smart, healthy choice. But what if the fish on your plate, the one you chose to protect your heart, was actually fueling silent inflammation in your body day after day? Farmed tilapia. It's on menus across America. Affordable, mild, easy to chew. But for people over 60, this safe fish may be silently worsening joint pain, clouding the mind and damaging long-term health. Here's why. According to a landmark study from Wake Forest University, farm-raised tilapia contains an unusually high ratio of omega-6 to omega-3 fatty acids, especially a compound called arachidonic acid, which is strongly linked to chronic inflammation in the brain and body. And inflammation isn't just about swollen joints. It's connected to arthritis flare-ups, cardiovascular problems, digestive issues, even early cognitive decline. Let's meet Mrs. Judy, 72, from Illinois. After switching to tilapia for health reasons, her knees began to ache more. She felt foggy. Her doctor tested her inflammation markers. They had spiked. The culprit? Too much tilapia. Once she switched to wild-caught salmon and sardines, her body slowly calmed down. So what's the real danger? It's not just what's in your food, it's what builds up over time. For older adults, chronic inflammation is the quiet thief of energy, clarity, and strength. And farmed tilapia, eaten often, may be feeding that fire. What should you do? Limit or avoid farmed tilapia, especially if you have joint pain, heart issues, or memory concerns. Choose fish that fight inflammation, not fuel it. Wild salmon, sardines, mackerel, or trout. Because your health deserves more than just what's cheap and easy. It deserves what truly heals. Fish number 3. Canned tuna, the everyday favorite that could be clouding your mind. You probably have it in your kitchen right now. It's quick, it's easy, and it's always been seen as a healthy option. Just open a can of tuna, mix it with a little mayo, maybe add some crackers, and lunch is ready. For decades, canned tuna has felt like a simple, protein-rich choice, especially for older adults looking for something affordable and convenient. But what if I told you that this familiar food, this go-to meal you've trusted for years, might be slowly impacting your memory, your energy, and your ability to think clearly? According to the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, canned tuna is one of the top sources of mercury exposure in older adults, especially albacore or white tuna. It may look premium on the label, but it contains up to 3 times more mercury than light tuna or skipjack. Mercury is a heavy metal, and once it enters your system, it doesn't leave easily. It accumulates over time. And in aging bodies, that buildup can quietly damage your brain, your heart, and your nerves. Let me tell you about Mr. Howard, 74, from New Jersey. A widower living alone, he leaned on canned tuna for its ease and nutrition. Some days it was his lunch and dinner. But slowly he began to feel different. Foggy in the mornings, forgetful, a subtle tremor in his hands. He chalked it up to age, until his doctor ran a test and found elevated mercury levels. Cut the albacore, the doctor said. Mr. Howard switched to light tuna once a week and added wild salmon into his diet. Within weeks, the fog started to lift, and his energy returned. So what's the lesson here? It's not about fear, it's about awareness. Canned tuna doesn't have to disappear from your life, but it needs to be respected. If you're eating it more than twice a week, especially albacore, you could be putting your long-term brain health at risk without realizing it. Choose light or skipjack tuna instead, and vary your protein sources with low-mercury options like sardines, trout, or wild-caught salmon. Because sometimes it's not the indulgent foods that harm us. It's the ones we thought were safe all along. Fish number 4. Swordfish, the impressive catch that carries a hidden danger. You've seen it at upscale restaurants, haven't you? Swordfish. Thick, meaty, and grilled to perfection. It looks like a feast fit for a king. For many, it's the epitome of elegance, a step up from the usual seafood fare. It feels like a healthy option, a gourmet treat, a sign that you're making better choices. But what if I told you that this seemingly impressive fish is quietly doing harm to your body, especially as you age? Here's the shocking truth. Swordfish is one of the most mercury-laden fish you can eat. According to the Environmental Defense Fund and the FDA, it sits near the top of the mercury scale, even higher than tuna. Why? Because swordfish is a predator fish. It lives long, hunts other fish, and in doing so, accumulates dangerous levels of mercury in its body. Mercury is a neurotoxin. It affects the brain, nervous system, and can even cause heart strain. For older adults, whose detox systems are less efficient, mercury doesn't just leave the body, it builds up over time. And when that happens, you might start noticing strange symptoms like memory fog, fatigue, joint pain, and mood swings, signs that many mistakenly attribute to just getting older. Take Mr. Thomas, 70, from California. A former athlete, he loved swordfish for its lean meat and rich flavor. It was his go-to choice for a satisfying dinner. But over time, he started feeling sluggish and foggy, his joints hurt more, and his energy was fading. He thought it was just part of aging until a blood test revealed high mercury levels. After cutting out swordfish and switching to lower mercury options like sardines and salmon, his symptoms began to fade. So, what should you do? If you love the taste of swordfish, it's time to reconsider. Swordfish isn't the best choice for older adults, especially those dealing with arthritis, heart issues, or cognitive decline. Instead, choose fish lower in mercury: wild salmon, sardines, trout, and haddock. These fish are still rich in flavor, but they're much safer for your long-term health. Remember, sometimes the most beautiful things on your plate aren't always the healthiest. The next time you're tempted by that thick, glossy slice of swordfish, ask yourself, is it worth the risk? Fish number 5, orange roughy, the delicate fish hiding a dangerous secret. You've probably had it. The elegant, delicate fish that's found its way onto fine dining menus across America. Orange roughy. The name sounds beautiful, almost luxurious. And when you sit down to a plate of it, it feels like you're treating yourself, indulging in something special, healthy, even refined. But what if I told you that this seemingly harmless fish could be quietly undermining your health, especially as you get older? Orange roughy, despite its refined reputation, is one of the highest mercury-contaminated fish you can eat. It's a deep-sea predator, living for decades, and as it hunts and consumes smaller fish, it absorbs mercury into its tissues. The longer it lives, the more mercury it accumulates. And when it comes to your health, especially as you age, this mercury doesn't just go away. Bitter now. Mercury is a neurotoxin, and it's especially dangerous for older adults. It builds up in your system over time, affecting your memory, concentration, and overall brain function. It can also lead to heart issues and joint pain, conditions that many seniors are already struggling with. Orange roughy might look like a light, delicate fish, but it carries the weight of toxins that can slowly, silently hurt you. Let's talk about Mrs. Elizabeth, 75, from Colorado. She loved her orange roughy. She thought it was the sophisticated, healthy choice. But over time, she began to notice that things weren't right. Her energy waned. Her mind wasn't as sharp. She had trouble remembering things she used to know easily. When she went to the doctor, a routine test showed dangerously high levels of mercury in her blood. After cutting orange roughy out of her diet and replacing it with wild salmon and sardines, her energy returned. Her mind felt clearer. So, what's the solution here? Avoid orange roughy, especially if you're over 60. It might look like a delicious, healthy fish, but it can lead to silent toxicity in your body, building up mercury that doesn't just go away. Instead, choose safer fish like wild salmon, sardines, and trout. These fish are rich in omega-3s, lower in mercury, and safer for your long-term health. It's easy to think that if something looks fancy and tastes good, it must be good for you. But sometimes, the things that seem like the best choice are actually the most dangerous. The next time you think about ordering that elegant piece of orange roughy, ask yourself, is it really worth it? Your health deserves better. So here we are. You now know about the 5 types of fish that might be silently harming your health, especially as you age. Whether it's the mercury poisoning from swordfish, the hidden inflammation from farm-raised tilapia, or the unexpected toxicity in canned tuna and orange Roughy, these seemingly innocent choices could be making a significant impact on your long-term health. But here's the most important part. You have the power to choose differently. Your choices, even the smallest ones, like which fish to eat, have the power to shape your future, your health, and your life. And the good news is, you don't need to wait for a big event or special occasion to make that change. You can start right now, with the knowledge you have in hand. At Elderly Wisdom Secrets, we believe that the secret to living a long, vibrant life is simple. It starts with making informed, intentional decisions every day. You can't change the past, but you can control your future by taking small, actionable steps that lead to a healthier, happier you. If this video has opened your eyes, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with those you love and care about, because, together, we can build a community that thrives on knowledge, health, and vitality. Let's make sure that no one has to unknowingly jeopardize their health with something as simple as a meal choice. And if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel so you never miss out on more valuable tips, insights, and inspiration to live your best life at every age. You deserve more than just a long life. You deserve a life full of purpose, energy, and joy, and it all starts with the decisions you make today. So take action now. Choose wisely, protect your health, and start living the life you've always dreamed of. Your future self will thank you.